Hi everyone, it's Bianca Palmisano, owner of Intimate Health Consulting, here for the final week of the Sex Advent Calendar, 25 days of sex education, all through the month of December. So for the last week of this project, I wanted to interview people about their passion projects, the businesses that they are starting, the work that they are doing that makes their hearts light up and has to do with sex and wellness. So today I'm bringing you a recording from my friends Mike and Aunsha, who are out of California, and they run the company Intimacy in Color.
Hey, my name is Mike.
And I'm Shay. And we are the Everett side of California.
So we've been asked to think about ways in which we've been able to support queer black folks. And
so one way we've done so is through our company Intimacy in Color. We founded this company in 2012. We saw that there was a need for us to support queer folks of color and really navigating relationships.
So how can other people support queer black folks? Well, we've spent some time thinking a lot about this, and I think one of the things that definitely stand out is that black queer folks are more than just their sexual health, and I think specifically black queer men are more than just their sexual health. Oftentimes, the support that's offered to us is about HIV testing, STD or STI testing. All those things are extremely important, but also important is our mental health,
yes,
our physical health,
yes,
our emotional health, our spiritual health. And I think that with all the money that's sort of being poured into the HIV epidemic, it could also, we could stand to benefit from having some additional support around other ways in which our health can be empowered.
Yeah, and the other thing is that, especially with relationships, is that, we all want to feel a part of and belong to something. We want that to be as meaningful and as enjoyable as possible. And so with our company, Intimacy in Color, we do that. Our tagline is we're not just alive, but we're also living. And that means a lot, that through our relationships, it helps us cultivate that living experience, allow for us to have the things that we want, and also that we can be well in any space that we're walking into, whether it's at home, whether it's in any type of social space, or even in the workspace. We want to feel good about those spaces that we're in, to where we can definitely be who we like to be at any and all times.
So we chose to build a company that focused particularly on relationships because there was a gap. It just didn't exist. I know that when we had first got together, there wasn't like a lot of role models for the life we were trying to live. And I think for those people who were queer and black and in relationships, it just always felt like a secret. Nobody wants to be the one who's sort of being examined or having to be the role model standard. So a lot of things we had to figure out on our own, but the thing that I think that we got right was that we wanted our lives to be a little bit public enough that other queer black folks could see those relationships and also take what they needed and get rid of what they absolutely didn't. But it was important for us to sort of be a role model until we could find a role model.
And the outcome of that is that when people now engage us, whether it's family, friends, or whoever it's that we engage, they understand that we do value relationships more than anything, that there's such great value in the relationship, and how do we ensure that other folks who see us and who begin to interact with us as we're in our own relationship, that they get to be a part of that too, meaning holding us accountable, or even just that they hold themselves accountable to meaning how they engage us, or how we engage them. And so everything, like my husband has told me before, is a relationship that we all have to give something in order to get what it is that we would like out of that relationship.
It also just reminds me that as we talk more about relationships, because everything is a relationship, that whether it's your relationship with your doctor, right, or your relationship with your parent or your step parent or your house ballroom parent or yourself, that that relationship has to be cultivated, that it's important to have values that uphold the vision for the person that you want to be. And we've been pushing this sort of value evaluation healthy relationship system for a long time, one of them being TRIC, which is trust, respect,
intimacy, communication, and collaboration.
Right, or some people say cooperation. But realizing that we're not always learning how to be in healthy relationships, and so wanting to explore those conversations with folks, figure out how we can get support and resources to be able to do that. So that's why Intimacy in Color exists, but we're also asking for community members, for families, for organizations to also support the relationships of black queer folks, and specifically black queer men. I think there's a lot that's going on here with HIV, with drugs, with just sort of social issues and pressures, and we want folks to have the support that they need. The last thing I'll just sort of say about it is that if you look at any study, and we're talking about intervention for any group of people, one of the greatest contributions is relationships and support. That if people have social support, that they're better off and they're more likely to succeed. So we are asking folks to sort of consider that, and so as we intervene in everybody's everyday lives, that we are supporting healthy relationships where people can be transparent about what's going on and be honest with themselves.
And the other thing is that through relationships, we learn how to humble ourselves. So as we show up with humility in the relationships that we're in, what we're understanding is that we all come with great intentions, right? But sometimes we just show up with a limited capacity. And so through this relationship, how do we use that to enhance our own capacity to, again, be our best self?
Absolutely. So thank you for tuning into this, and hopefully something we said can be useful. If you want to see more about what we do,
just visit us at Intimacy in Color, www.intimacyincolor, which is spelled COLOUR.com.
Thank you.
Mike and Aunsha are doing incredible work, and you should absolutely check out Intimacy in Color. They host workshops and do consulting work all across the country and are absolutely worth getting to know more. Stay tuned for more passion projects coming to you throughout the rest of the week to celebrate the coming of the holidays. Thank you so much for tuning in.